Shabbat Shalom. Is there anybody at home on the live streams? Okay, Shabbat Shalom, people at home. And I'm pleased to say we've got two visitors this evening, Shelley and Rory, who live nearby and have come to see what our service is like, so you're very welcome. We are... Oh, sorry, I've got a microphone, it's not turned on. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Oh, yes, okay. Sorry, microphone wasn't turned on. Okay, so we're not super crowded this evening, and we've got a couple of visitors, and I think we're expecting one more. There was one more person who said, could they come and visit, but they haven't appeared yet. But we will make a start anyway. So we're going to start on page 88, and it says the congregation will stand, but the congregation needn't stand on this occasion. There's only a few of us. So, the people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. In the past week, some have known sorrow or disappointment, and for some the future looks far from bright. Let this Sabbath, this Shabbat, be an oasis of quietness. To the lonely, may it bring companionship. To the sorrowing, comfort. To the dispirited, courage. To all of us, peace of mind and hope for the future. And now I'm going to light the candles. Bear with me, everybody, if I do a bit of explanation for visitors. So we always start Friday night, and indeed when we have festivals, they always begin in the evening before the main day, and we always light candles. Right, turn it downwards. I don't have this problem at home. My candles light at home, but... Okay. Thank you for the scientific advice, guys. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Please read the italics. There are days when we seek material things and measure failure by what we do not own. On the Sabbath, we wish not to acquire, but to share. There are days when we exploit nature with reckless greed. On the Sabbath, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation. There are days when we think only of ourselves. On the Sabbath, we open our hearts to the needs and rights of others. So let's continue reading in this mode alternately. It is good to give thanks to the Eternal One, to sing hymns to your name, O Most High, to tell of your love in the morning and your faithfulness in the night, to the sound of lute and harp and to the music of the lyre. Your deeds fill me with gladness, your work moves me to song. How great are your works, eternal God, how very deep your thoughts. The righteous shall flourish like the palm, grow tall like the cedar of Lebanon. Planted in the house of the Eternal One, they shall flourish in the courts of our God. They shall still bear fruit in old age, and green, proclaiming that God is just, my rock in whom there is no flaw. And we'll carry on. Psalm 93. The Eternal One reigns in grandeur robed and girded with strength. The world stands firm, it shall not be moved. Your throne is established from old, for you are everlasting. The oceans roar, eternal God, the thundering oceans roar, thundering oceans rage. Yet greater than the roaring waves, mightier than the breaking seas, you stand supreme on high. Sure are the proofs of your power, O God, Holiness adorns your house forever. So I'm just going to do a little explanation again. So we just read 2 Psalms. So the Psalms are in the Old Testament, which is obviously part of the Christian Bible as well. Christian religion read the Old Testament and the New Testament, and we just read the Old Testament. So that's what that is. So now the next thing on page 91 is a song for the Sabbath, and that's not biblical. I think it was written in about the 15th, 16th century, or something like that. Let me give myself a good note to start on. P'nei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala. P'nei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala. P'nei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala. P'nei Shabbat nekabela, shamo v'zacho b'dibur echad, ishmi'anu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shamo echad, l'shem tiferet v'litila, lecha dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela, likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelecha, ki hi makor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof maaseh b'mashvat tehila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Hitoreri, kiva ore kumiori, ori, shir daberi, kavod adnai alayik nikla. Lecha dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Bohi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'v'tzahala, toch emunei am segula. Bohi chala, lecha dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela, lecha dodi likrat kala, p'nei Shabbat nekabela. Please stand if you can, just for the next bit. Baruchu et Adonai hamavorach, Baruch Adonai hamavorach leolam va'ed. Praise the one to whom our praise is due. We praise the Eternal One, to whom our praise is due forever. Feel free to sit down. And shall we read together at the top of page 93? We praise you, Eternal One, our God, Sovereign of the universe, whose word brings on the evening, whose wisdom opens heaven's gates, whose understanding changes times and seasons, and whose will sets the stars in their courses in the sky. You make day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light. Day pass and bring on the night, and separate day from night. You, the hosts of heaven, we praise you, O God, whose word makes evening fall. Let's carry on reading together. Unending love have you shown your people, the house of Israel. Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts have you taught us. When we lie down and when we rise up, we will reflect on the meaning of your laws and rejoice in the words of your Torah and in your mitzvot forever. On them we will meditate day and night, for they are our life and the length of our days. May your love never depart from us. We praise you, O God. You love your people. So on page 94, we're going to say the Shema, which is something we say in every worship service, and it's like the kind of central prayer of the Jewish religion, affirming that there is just one God. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavecha v'chol nafshecha v'chol modecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavacha hayom al levavecha v'shinantom levanecha v'tibaret bam v'shiftecha b'veitecha v'lechtecha v'aderech v'shachbecha v'kumecha v'ksharatom la'ot al yadecha v'hayu latotafot bein einecha v'chtavtom al mezuzot beitecha v'visharecha. You can sit down. Leman tizkaru v'asitem el kol mitzvotai v'yitem kadoshim Elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem Asher hotzeiti etchem eretz Mitzrayim lihiyot lachem leElohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem. All this we hold to be true and sure. You alone, Eternal One, are our God, and we are Israel, your people. You have freed us from oppressors and delivered us from tyrants. You led us out of Egypt, forever to serve you in freedom. When we witnessed your power, we praised your name and gave thanks. Willingly we accepted your rule. Then, full of joy, we sang together, Mi kamocha be'elim Adonai, Mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osef elem, Adonai emloch ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה Adonai, גאל Yisrael. We're in the middle of page 96. השכיבנו Adonai Eloheinu לשלום, והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים, ופרוס עלינו סוכות שלומך, ותקננו בעצה טובה מלפניך, והושיענו למען שמך, והגן בעדנו. והסר מעלינו אויב דבר וחרב ורעב ויגון, והרחק ממנו עוון ופשע. ובצל כנפיך תסתירנו, כי אל שומרנו ומצילנו אתה. כי המלך חנון ורחום אתה, ושמור צאתנו, ובואנו לחיים ולשלום מעתה ועד עולם. Guard our going out and our coming in, that now and always we may have life and peace. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukat shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol yoshvei tevel. We praise you, God. May your sheltering peace descend on us and all who dwell on earth. So now we're on page 97 for the Amidah, which is one we would normally stand up for if our legs are up to it. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agitahilatecha. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, ve'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim v'Konei Hakol, v'Zocher Chastei Avot ve'Imahot, U'Mevi Geula Bnei v'Neihem L'ma'an Shemo v'Ahava, Melech Ozer U'Masher U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Machayei Meitim, Atah Rav Lehoshia. Over the page. Mashiv Haruach U'Morid HaGeshem, Mazriach HaShemesh, U'Morid HaTal. Mehalkel Chayim B'Chesed, Machayei Meitim B'Rachamim Rabim, Zomech Noflim V'Rofech Olim, U'Matir Asurim, U'Mekayem Emunato Lishenei Oval, Michamocha Bal Gevurot, U'Mito Melech, Melech Meimit U'Mechayei, U'Matzmiach Yeshua. V'ne'eman atah l'chayot meitim, Baruch atah Adonai, Machayei hametim. You are holy, awesome is your name. We have no God but you. We praise you, Eternal One, the Holy God. Feel free to sit down. We're on the bottom of page 98. We thank you, O God, for this Sabbath day, which calls us to a closer communion with you. Though you are near to us at all times, you reveal your presence most clearly when we direct our thoughts towards you in worship and meditation. In you, O God, our humanity is exalted. You are our life. From you come its greatness, its power, its beauty. Establish in us, we humbly pray, a devotion to you that shall be firm in all the circumstances of life. May this service renew in our hearts the sense of your presence and bring us peace. And we will sing the second song at the bottom of page 99. ישמחו במלכותך, ישמחו במלכותך, שומרי שבת וקוראי עונג, המקדשי שביעי, המקדשי שביעי, כולם ישבעו ויתענגו מטבעך, והשביעי, והשביעי, רצית בו וקידשתו, חמדת ימים, חמדת ימים, אותו קראת, זכר למעשה בראשית. Let's read together at the top of page 100. Our God and God of our ancestors, may our rest on this day be pleasing in your sight. Sanctify us by your commandments and make us loyal to your teaching. Satisfy us with your goodness, gladden us with your salvation, and purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, eternal one, let the holiness of your Sabbath enter our hearts, and may all Israel, who hallow your name, be exalted by its peace. We praise you, O God, for the holiness of the Sabbath. Ratzei Adonai Eloheinu ba'amcha Yisrael, u'tefilatam ba'hava tekabel, u'dehil ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otecha levatecha, v'yir'ah na'avod. We give thanks that you, eternal one, are our God, as you are the God of our ancestors. You are the rock of our life, the power that shields us in every age. We thank and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your keeping, for the signs of your presence we encounter every day, and for your wondrous gifts at all times, morning, noon, and night. We praise you, O God, source of goodness, to whom thanks are due. And then we will sing the next paragraph. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha tasim leolam. V'tov b'einecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol leit u'v'chol shah b'shlomecha. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha tasim leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha tasim leolam. Tasim leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, Hosei Hashalom. Well, it says the congregation will sit, which is great because you've already done it. There's a few moments now for silent prayers. Silent prayers, you can read what's on page 101 to 102, or you can think your own thoughts. Yehayu l'ratzon imrefi v'hegyon libi lefanecha Yehayu l'ratzon imrefi v'hegyon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri, Adonai tzuri v'goali, Adonai tzuri, Adonai tzuri, Adonai tzuri v'goali. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable to you, O God, my rock and my redeemer. So at this point, the rabbi usually speaks about something or the other. So I'm going to speak about something or the other. So every week on Saturday morning, we read, this is our ark, we'll show you afterwards, where we have our Torah scrolls. On Saturday mornings, we take out a Torah scroll and we read a little section. The Torah is the first 5 books of the Bible, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers and Deuteronomy, and we read a little bit all the year round, and when it comes to the Jewish New Year in September, October, we start again. And roughly all the synagogues around the world are reading the same bit every week, approximately, because some do longer bits or shorter bits. But anyway, so tomorrow's reading is one that's quite difficult to find anything interesting to say about, because it's one of those sections in Leviticus that talks about the sacrifices they used to make in the temple in Jerusalem in biblical times. Sacrifices meaning kind of like sometimes animals, fruits, burnt offerings. I mean, it's not something that we've done for 2,000 years, I believe. But we still read about it, and we still read about it. And actually, I'm just going to tell you about, there are sacrifices for various purposes, but one of them was a Thanksgiving offering, where people would bring a sacrifice, an animal or something, to say thank you to God. And we don't do that now, but there is actually a kind of leftover from that, which I didn't know about until I was researching this, which is a particular prayer, we have these short prayers, blessings, that are gratitude for surviving from a life-endangering situation. And back in the kind of Middle Ages, the rabbis of old wrote the Talmud, which is basically trying to interpret what came out of the Torah, what came out of the Bible. And they said, well, there are 4 life-endangering situations where you might want to say thank you for being, to God for helping you to survive that. So, anybody got an idea what a life-endangering situation might be? Well, interestingly, it's a good suggestion, because that wasn't one of the original 4, but it was introduced a bit later.
Well, it would have been in the Middle Ages.
Yeah, they did introduce that subsequently. The first 4 were being freed from prison. Weird. And apparently, because if you were imprisoned back in whenever it was really horrible, and you weren't actually likely to come out. Someone who was sick and has been healed, so a really serious illness that you recover from. A sea voyage, that was dangerous, and travelling in the desert. So those were the original 4 situations of mortal danger. And then others have kind of, over the years, were introduced. And some of these actually made me slightly laugh, but I'm telling you this for a reason, not just to make you laugh. Some of the suggestions made by subsequent rabbis were being saved from a wall collapsing, from a wild animal attack, or from thieves breaking into your home, being shot at but missed, a soldier returning safely from war. That's a bit more, I suppose that's what the shot at was really about. And yeah, childbirth came in. So, and then somebody suggested that it's not appropriate anymore to say this prayer for being let out of jail. Well, the reason given was because it's not actually that dangerous to be in jail. I would have thought there might be another reason, really, but there you go. And then the thing about the sea, people have kind of agonised about this sea voyage. Does it apply to people who swim in the sea as well? Because that can be quite dangerous. Rabbis are always debating these things. And one even said, what if there's a lifeguard present? And then, what about if you fly in an aeroplane over an ocean? So there are people who say this prayer when they land from a flight or from a sea voyage. And these are the words of it. It's, I'm going to tell you in English. Blessed are you, O God, ruling spirit of the universe, who rewards the undeserving with goodness, and who has rewarded me with goodness. So it's very humble. And then the congregation is supposed to reply, saying, Amen. May the one who rewarded you with all goodness continue to reward you with goodness. Which is quite nice. So I've actually never heard this done for any reason, but actually it does seem quite nice. And you probably noticed as we were going through the prayers that there are actually quite a lot of thanksgiving prayers. And I'm just going to read a little something written by Jonathan Sacks, the late Lord Sacks, who used to do Thought for the Day. You may have heard him on the BBC radio. And he said, the first prayer we're taught to say each morning, immediately on waking in the Jewish religion, is Modeh Ani, I give thanks. He says, giving thanks is beneficial to the body and the soul. It contributes to both happiness and health. It's also a self-fulfilling attitude. The more we celebrate the good, the more good we discover that's worthy of celebration. This is neither easy nor natural, he said. This is him talking. We are genetically predisposed to pay more attention to the bad than the good. For sound biological reasons, we are hyper alert to potential threats and dangers. It takes focused attention to become aware of how much we have to be grateful for. Do you think that's true? Do you think we focus more on what's bad than what's good? Yeah? People nodding?
I think at the moment we are.
At the moment we are. So,
I saw a very good lesson very recently, Sandra,
yes.
by one of our congregation, Beverly Shire, who visited me shortly after I spoke to her shortly after I broke my head, and she said, Tina, remember to count your blessings.
Oh,
And I said, Beverly, you are so right.
yeah.
And I felt so humble in that moment.
Interesting. When you're going through those life-changing moments, we go to our SAS periodically, and in the small village we've got off the stay at, which actually is the next door village where Rabbi Ronnie's mother used to live.
Oh.
And there's a large Catholic church going by. Anyway, inside the church they have all these votives, but there are 200 paintings, small paintings, in almost like a simplistic form of painting, all of images of where people have had life-changing experiences and survived. So it might be people from war, people from
car accident.
It could be people coming out, falling off a ladder.
Oh, right.
Where again they're giving thanks for having survived.
Huh.
And I've never seen that sort of.
No.
These are very simplistic paintings, aren't they?
Huh.
I've actually got a book of them at home.
Oh, that's really nice.
But they all sorts, and obviously people being recovering from their death or just being ill.
Yeah.
Childbirth.
Yeah. So,
I'm just falling off my British scooter at the airport.
oh dear. Don't do it again. Any other thoughts on that? So, I suppose talking about being hyper alert to potential threats and dangers, we ought to just say something about what happened this week with the ambulances. So, you all know what I'm talking about, do you? Do you all know what I'm talking about? Just in case anybody's out there who doesn't. There's a Jewish charity in various parts of London, Manchester, parts of the UK where there's lots of Jewish people living, not like logged in. And they're a bit like St John Ambulance or the Red Cross or something like that. They're a charity, they've got ambulances, and they go out and rescue people, not just Jewish people, and they work with the London Ambulance Service or the Manchester Ambulance Service or whatever, as do other volunteer ambulance services, and they rescue people who, they're trained, they do first aid and take people to hospital if necessary. And sometimes they can get there more quickly than the London Ambulance Service, who are a bit short of staff. Anyway, 4 of their vehicles were set on fire this week and completely torched and ruined. The police are still investigating who did it and why. And in the meantime, the London Ambulance Service have loaned them 4 vehicles so they can carry on with their work, because the London Ambulance Service has spare vehicles because they don't have enough crew to run all the vehicles that they possess, and also it's good to have a spare in case of breakdown. So that's where we are, and it had quite a lot of reports in the press. So I don't know if any of you people look at social media. Very wise if you don't. Very, very wise if you don't, because I never seen such a lot of horrible reactions to this story. People saying they burnt them themselves for the insurance money. People saying it was a plot by the Israeli Secret Service to make people feel sorry for Jews. People saying, I don't know, also, and a lot of people saying, why can't Jews wait for an ambulance like everyone else? Which misses the point entirely, because it's an ambulance, it's a volunteer ambulance service for everybody. And so then I was like this, exactly what it said here. I was focusing on the negative, and I was getting quite upset reading all this stuff. And then I saw the nice messages, and that's what you have to focus on. And the nice messages were from the London Ambulance Service, who said we were honoured, and indeed their chief executive went along to kind of present the loaned vehicles and say, yeah, we work in partnership with you, you help us out, we're all in this together, saving lives, we just want the good for the public. And the St John Ambulance sent a nice message, and lots of other kind of sensible people, people who are out there, because really, how can it do anybody any good to burn an ambulance? It can't, can it? So there you go. So I was only really mentioning that in case by any chance you'd heard lots of people saying negative stuff, that actually, I think the majority of people, and there were also lots of people who were giving their message that they'd actually been helped and rescued by this and had their life saved, or then got to hospital more quickly when the London Ambulance Service said you might have to wait an hour, but you could ring this number, they might be able to come more quickly. And there we go. Anyway, yes, so I think we are now going to turn to the concluding prayers, which are on page 520, thank you. I did know that, but I went blank for a minute. There's kind of another version of them somewhere, isn't there? But I don't know where it is, so I'll read the one that's in the book. Okay, page 520. Stand if you feel like it. Aleinu l'shabbat l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה לצא בראשית, אשר שם חלקנו לאחד את שמו, וגור עלינו להמליך מלכותו. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגופי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו את וסולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. Let's read together in 521. Trusting in you, eternal God, we hope soon to behold the glory of your might, when false gods will vanish from our hearts and idolatry cease forever. Help us to perfect the world by bringing it under your unchallenged rule, when all will invoke your name, relinquish evil, and turn to you alone. May all who dwell on earth come to know that every knee must bend and every tongue swear loyalty. Before you, let them humble themselves, and to your glorious name, let them give honour. Let all submit to your sovereign rule. May that time come soon and last forever, for ultimate sovereignty is yours, and to all eternity you will reign in glory. As it is written, the Eternal One shall reign forever. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. So this is where we remember people who have died, especially if it's the anniversary of their death and it's somebody's family member or so on. So we're on page 522. Creator of the universe, you give us life, in which joys and sorrows are commingled in accordance with your wisdom, and you send death with its promise of eternal peace. Teach us to accept humbly and courageously whatever burden is laid upon us. Comfort those who mourn, and let the light of faith illumine the darkness of their sorrow with the hope of immortality. Strengthen us at all times with an unfailing trust in your providence. And on page 524, in a moment we will say the Kaddish, and I have some particular names to read out that our members are remembering this week. Adele Myers, who is the mother of Judy Thwaites, George Clare, who is the father of Jackie Clare and grandfather of Nicola and Lydia, and someone who, I hope I pronounced this name right, but it looks Polish, and I don't speak Polish, but it looks like Jurek Kostrzewa, grandfather of Jonathan Rymel. So on page 524. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shnei rabbah, ba'alma divrah chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon, v'chayei t'chol beit Yisrael, v'gola v'zman karib, v'emuru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam al yalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ah v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitada v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha b'rechu. la'elom min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, tamimram ba'alma ve'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Hosei shalom b'imrumav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol b'nei adam, v'imru amen. You may sit down. We're nearly at the end of the service. Any announcements?
Book crashes
Next week there's book crashers. That'll be Saturday morning before the service, but before that it's Pesach. Yes. So it's the Passover festival coming up this week on Wednesday night, starting on Wednesday night for 8 days, when we remember the story from the book of Exodus, where with the Pharaoh and it's what was in Prince of Egypt, roughly, Moses freeing the Israelites from Egypt, and we have a book that has this story in it, plus various other songs, etc. And we literally sit around the table with our family and our friends, reading it and having a meal. So that's what happens at Passover, and the whole week we're not supposed to eat bread. We have to eat unleavened bread, which if you see it in the supermarket is called matzah. It's like kind of crackers. So, final song. Now you have a choice. Do you want to sing Adon Olam, or do you want me to teach you a song that hasn't got words, that's just a lie, lie, lie song? Anybody got an opinion? Nobody's got an opinion. All right, let's... Teach you, thank you, Neil. Somebody said something. So, this is also, this is from, it has got words, but we're not going to sing the words, and it's quite often sung without the words. And it's from Psalm 118, and it's about giving thanks. And it's called Eli Atah. Mark, I know you know this. So, I'm not going over there to the piano, but I've got my iPad piano here. And I'll do a little bit of time so you can see how it goes. It's quite an easy tune, and it's kind of meditative. So it begins. Not doing very well there, I'd be better singing it. Let's try that. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. You want to have another go at that? And then I'll carry on. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Anybody heard it before? Yeah? Have a go. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. That's the first half, and then it goes. Let's have a go at the second half. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 once through before we finish, and I've brought a cake. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, lie. Cool. There you go. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Now, does anybody know, have anybody set out Kiddush in there?